perhaps hundreds of trillions of dollars of assets that we need to manage smartly, sustainably, for the benefit and the use of the American people.
Mr. President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, not right now.
No.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl. And in the other two cases, they're making it possible for this poison to get in, number one. And number two, we have big deficits, and it's something we're doing. And we'll possibly very substantially increase it or not. We'll see how it is. But it's a lot of money coming to the United States. As you know, we have about a $200 billion deficit with Canada, getting close to $200 billion. They've treated us very unfairly. And I say, why should we be subsidizing Canada? It's wonderful. I have so many friends in Canada. It's a great place.
Is there a concession you're looking for, sir?
No, we're not looking for a concession. And we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see if they fold, which is what, we hope they do. Especially China has the money to give, They're a huge manufacturing country. They got the money to give. They have now, if they don't have to, they won't. But if they have to, they will, and they're not going to really budge about it. Mexico, on the other hand, they do have a woman in power. So we all know that, women in power is not the greatest idea. I don't know why Mexico thought that was wise. But then again, they're a very socialist, liberal country. They thought having a woman in power was progressive. I think it's stupid because, unfortunately, my opinion, if the wrong woman is in power and she has a terrible management with her own emotions, she, instead of using logic and reasoning, she uses emotion, and that makes her make stupid decisions, and that can create more problems. I mean, she got upset and triggered when he said that he was going to make the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and she did a whole PR campaign about it. Like why waste your time on that, So little things like that trigger her. Imagine tariffs, So I definitely predict that Canada and Mexico are the ones that are going to fight back. I don't think China's really going to fight back. They're going to be like, okay, whatever. How much do you want? Okay, cool, fine, I get it. But Canada's definitely, I think Canada might just fight more than Mexico. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. You guys tell me what you guys think. But yeah. So the reason why I brought this up is mainly because I wanted to know how many countries have socialized healthcare. You guys know my opinion on socialized healthcare. I had my friend Albeni's here, who is very pro Bernie Sanders, pro universal healthcare, and I did agree with him by saying if we were to expand private health insurance, then perhaps I would be okay with universal healthcare. But I didn't tell you guys what happened to me after that. So it's crazy how things happen. So somebody saw that video, that live, and they went ahead and went on my Instagram account and they sent me a message. And this person happens to be from West Virginia. West Virginia is a very poor state. And they messaged me and they told me liberals have forgotten about people like us, where we actually cannot afford universal health care. And we don't want universal health care. And he said, the Americans, we're very stubborn in our ways, and we don't like the idea of the government just helping us. We think we can help ourselves. And I told him, oh, but, supposedly the liberal argument, or one of the liberal arguments is, a lot of people go bankrupt off of their health care because they can't afford it, like cancer, for example. And he goes, we get it, but you're forcing us to pay for something we literally cannot afford. There's places in West Virginia that don't have plumbing, and that they can't afford electricity. This, basic necessities that they can't afford, and you're trying to tax them on health insurance when that's not even on their mind. That's not a priority. Out of the 5, things that they mainly focus on, health is not one of them, as in health insurance, which, to a liberal is like crazy. But you're thinking that the majority of the country wants this and they don't want this. And that really opened my eyes of like, a good chunk of the country is rural. So they're going to side with the West Virginian who went out of his way to message me and telling me, yeah, like this person is wrong. We don't want this. The majority of people that live the way I live do not want universal health care because it is just another tax on health. That's all it is. It's a tax on your health, in the name of health care, the government trying to help you. And he doesn't believe that's something the government should be a part of. And I thought that was fascinating that he just happened to watch my live. Don't know if he's a subscriber or not, but he went out of his way to explain to me how he doesn't like that the liberals have forgotten about people like him who live in very rural areas, very remote areas. And I was like, damn, it gave me a different perspective because I'm thinking of it as a capitalist, but now I'm thinking of it as like, wow, there's literal people that cannot afford this, like for real. So just something to think about. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because out of 195 countries, 73% of countries have universal health care already. That is 69% of the world's population has socialized health care. That is very, very, I don't even know what to call it. To me, it's threatening. It really is. Because that means we're going into this socialist type of mentality globally, and that's not good because the step to communism is socialism. And I don't think we need to be flirting with that idea at all. Somebody who was born in a, failed socialist country like Cuba, this is not good. 69% of the world being healthcare, like socialized healthcare, it's not a good sign. So out of the 73 countries that have socialized healthcare, 18 of them have legalized medical assistance in dying. I'm going to repeat that. Medical assistance in dying. Meaning, in their socialized healthcare package, you are paying to be able to die. Okay? Assisted termination of life, because I can't use the S word. And I believe the country that started doing this the earliest was Switzerland in the 1990s. But the country that has expanded and has literally had the largest amount of people participate in this program, this demonic, in my opinion, program, has been Canada. So I actually created a chart about this, but before you get to that chart,
I'm already in the chart.
Oh, you're already in the chart? Okay, well, hold on. Because there's another chart that I have here that I want to read, and then we can, while you show that chart, I'm going to read this one.
So the Canada one.
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's fine. Give me a second here, guys, because it's insane how much money they're spending on this. And the fact that they give that faster than medication is, to me, I think they're purposely doing this. This is like intentional, but they're saying it's for, it's cost effective, but this is just straight up evil. All right, so here we go. Let's see here. Where are you? Okay. Where is the funding? That's what I want to know. I want to know the funding is. Okay, here we go. So training and education. So that's costly. Training and education, they're spending $3.3 million in Canada to train people and educate people on how to persuade people to end their life. That's insane. Proposed future funding in a 2024 submission to the Standing Committee on Finance, Dying with Dignity. That is what they're calling it, Dying with Dignity. Canada recommended a 3-year pilot program with $2 million per year, totaling $6 million to Health Canada for compulsory in MAID educational curricula for upper year medical and nurse practitioner students, as well as allied healthcare professionals. Look at what they're spending their money on. So they're mad at us because we're taxing them on things they sell to us when we have a deficit with them. And look at what they're spending their money on literally killing their own citizens. So, and they're using it, and they're campaigning by saying like, oh, they're dying with dignity. Okay. A 2017 study estimated that MAID could reduce annual healthcare spending in Canada by 34.7 million. That's their reason to do this, is to cut healthcare spending. 34.7 million to 138 million, considering that end of life care often incurs high costs. A 2020 report by the Parliamentary Budget Officer projected that expanding MAID access under Bill C7 could result in net healthcare savings of $149 million. And this is the people that they're getting. They're getting the homeless people, the people with mental health, people with chronic pain, and soon, I wouldn't be surprised if they expand to children with chronic pain. Like, think about that. They're literally funding a program that is being paid by tax dollars to legally terminate their own people. And soon, kids will be involved in this. Because if you are already getting the mentally ill and those that are adults with chronic conditions, sooner or later, these sickos are going to come up with a reason as to why we should also apply that to children, which is, I mean, this is already demonic, but applying it to children is like the final straw of just like, I don't know. There's no God in Canada. Like, it's godless. Considering this is even happening, it's been happening for a long time. It's extremely sad that this is happening. So what's even sadder is that they slow walk medication because there's too many regulatory policies to make a drug. But yet when it comes to MAID, it's super fast. And that to me tells you everything. They don't care. Like, healthcare is supposed to provide like life. It's supposed to provide longevity. It's supposed to help you stay alive. It's not supposed to be promoting death. And that's exactly what this is doing. It's slow walking medication that could actually keep people alive. And it's purposely slow walking it in order for you to have a better option, which is just, it doesn't cost them as much as medicine, but you're literally killing your own citizens in the name of death with dignity or whatever excuse they want to make. I just thought that was extremely like sad. I want to show you guys how many countries are doing this. So the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Canada, Spain, New Zealand, Australia, the United States does have some, Colorado, Vermont, of course, Montana, Hawaii, New Jersey, Maine, Oregon, Washington State, New Mexico, DC, the District of Columbia, Oregon. I don't know if I said that one already. We got Australia's doing this, Colombia, Switzerland. Switzerland was actually the first one, 1942. Portugal started doing this in 2022. So we have a lot of people already doing this. The problem is Canada's the one who's expanded it the most. So you got that. Okay, so look at that. So they started making even more money. If you look at that chart, they started making even more money after 2020. After COVID, this blew up even more because COVID really expanded the mental health crisis. And it probably made it significantly worse. So it benefited this program. As messed up as this is, it benefited the program. So 2016, 1,018 deaths. 2017, 2,838 deaths. 2018, 4,483 deaths. 2019, 5,665 deaths. 2020, 7,611 deaths. 2021, 10,000. 2021, notice the difference. 2020, 7,611. 2021, 10,092 deaths. 2022, 13,241. And 2023, 15,343. It just keeps getting higher and higher as the years go by. This is something that even here in America, we need to really question as to why we're even allowing this to happen. Healthcare is supposed to be to provide longevity, well-being, and just overall health, meaning maintain life. This is not doing that. This is ending life at another level. This is pro-choice on steroids, literally. So this is something just to keep in mind, because we do have places already here to do it, and I wouldn't want that to expand. So the best thing to do is to be aware of it. And Canada, considering how much money you're spending on killing your own citizens, I think you can handle some tariffs.